Oh, good morning, ladies and gents. Thank you for tuning into this video. So another quick video today talking about the inghams. So do I think their lot is going to run out at some point? I think, to be honest, I don't think I've ever been more certain of the fact that their lot is going to run out at some point. I think it really is. I think it really is. I think the truth be told, I think Chris and Sarah are literally fucking begging for something to go on at this point. You know, they're literally, this is the thing, they're basically fucking asking for it. You know, they are asking for something to go wrong. You know, they're literally begging for something bad to happen. You know, they are so, it's like they're so desperate, they're literally asking for something to happen. You know, as their desperation worsens, the more they're going to be begging for something bad to happen. I mean, I look at last night's vlog. You know, Mila and Chase on the paddleboard, filling the water, and there was no parent with them. You know, I don't even, the Chase and Mila even had proper life jackets on in that vlog last night, and I don't think they did. You know. I mean, last night's vlog was just disgusting in general. You know, the fact that he was filming his kids in swimwear and his daughters in swimwear and sharing that online is absolutely abhorrent, and it just shows how much of a creep Hussein really is. You know, I think that I've seen a lot of things that have really kind of proven to me just how much of a creep, Hussein really is over the years. You know, it's like nothing about them comes across as innocent. You know, they're not the pitch perfect people they're made out to be. You know, and it's really grinding my gears, the fact that Chris and Sarah are always being, always being made out to be such perfect people and such brilliant parents, because we all know they're not. We all know they're two idiots and two clowns who don't give a damn about the safety of their kids. You know, as time has gone on, that fact alone has become massively obvious. You know, it's become very blatantly obvious to see that they do not care in any way at all about the safety of their kids. You know, I honestly don't think I'm wrong for saying that, because I think it wouldn't be any more. I'm being any more honest than I am being right now. You know, I mean, obviously, I know I did that kind of big video yesterday afternoon where I was talking about, the fact that Chris and Sarah, about obviously Chris being about why I hate him so much, and obviously, I hate Chris so much because of what he did, but I feel like I hate Sarah. I hate Sarah more because of the fact that she has stood by him for the past, however many years. You know, when any normal woman, any decent woman, would have thrown her husband out the fucking house after he was accused of something, after he was accused of doing something like what Chris did. You know, no normal woman or decent woman would stand by their husband after they were accused of something like that. You know, it's not a good look, the fact that she stood by him after what he was accused of. And as I said, in yesterday's video, just because Chris said he didn't do anything, doesn't mean that he's telling the truth. Just because Chris wasn't arrested and charged with anything doesn't automatically mean he didn't do anything. We all know the reason he wasn't arrested and charged with anything was because of the girl's age. You know, had she been younger than she was, he would undoubtedly have been arrested and charged. There's no doubt about that. You know, it's just ridiculous. You know, you can see how desperate they're getting, and as the more desperate they get, the more scared I get that something bad that something awful is gonna end up happening. And it really, really does feel like it's only a matter of time before it does. You know, and the way that things are going, it does feel like only a matter of time before their luck runs out. You know, they're not gonna keep getting lucky every time. Their luck is gonna run out at some point. You know, it's only a pure miracle that at this point that nothing bad hasn't already happened to its. You know, that's all it is. It's a pure miracle. You know, I mean, I honestly don't know what to say. I'm shocked at the fact that people continue to defend a child rumor and a child, basically basically a pervert enabler, which is exactly what Sarah Lynn admits at the end of the day. She's a pervert enabler. It's as simple as that. You know, I mean, what sort of pervert films his in swimwear and shares that on a public social media platform and uses the thumbnail of them in their swimwear? He knows exactly what he's doing with that. I mean, he's certainly got plenty of footage of the girls in it, the girls in their swimwear, didn't he? Dirty cunt. You know, to be honest, I think Chris loves filming his daughters in swimwear. He gets some kind of perverted enjoyment out of that. You know, it's just disgusting and it's morally, it's just wrong. It's like, where's the respect for his privacy when, you know, no child, I mean, at the end of the day, no child should even have to consent to being filmed in their, to their parents filming them in their swimwear. When, you know, especially when their parent has the full intention of sharing that footage online on a public social media platform where anyone and everyone can see that. You know, but the fact that parents think it's okay to film their kids in swimwear and share that online just shows how bad they really are. Because if they respected his privacy in any particular way, they wouldn't film their kids in swimwear and put that out on a public social media platform. But some parents do that because they don't, you know, it feels like the problem these days is it feels like a lot of parents don't care about the sort of dangers that they're exposing their kids to online, and that much can really be said for the inghams. If they don't care at all about the sort of dangers they're exposing their kids to. They don't care about the fact that footage of their kids in their swimwear and will probably end up on the dark web. You know, that doesn't bother them. You know, and if that bothered them, if that concerned them in any particular way, they wouldn't film their kids in swimwear with the full intention of sharing that on a public social media platform. It's just, I don't think I need to say how wrong that is. As anyone with an ounce of common sense knows how wrong that is. You know, and this is what I'm trying to say here. Like, all I'm trying to do is warn them to, just, you know, say they need to be careful about what they're showing in their vlogs. You know. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know, really, really is ridiculous. Like, I don't know what else to say. I honestly don't know what else I'm supposed to say about this. You know, I wish there was something I could say about it, but it just feels like there's nothing good. There's nothing good that I can really say about this whole, this whole situation with the inghams. You know, all I can say is that there will come a day where tragedy will strike. You know, tragedy will strike in the worst possible way. You know. As I've said, the inghams are only really running on pot luck at this point. That's all it is. They're running on pot luck, and very soon that luck is gonna run out. You know, they're gonna run out of luck at some point, and I dread to. You know, there are times where, you know, I think about what could go wrong. You know, I dread to think about what could go wrong or what could happen. You know, I dread to, you know, it scares me to think that there is a possibility that something bad could happen. But with the inghams, it always feels like that. It feels like there is always that kind of possibility that something would go wrong or something bad would happen. You know, and as I've said before in previous videos, these days that feels like an inevitability. These days that feels like, you know, the chances of something, the chance of, let me start like that. These days the chances of something bad happening feel like they're very high. You know, Chris and Sarah are becoming more and more irresponsible as time goes on. And I think, you know, we're all starting to see just how irresponsible they can get. You know, I wasn't impressed by what I saw in yesterday's vlog, not obviously just because of swimwear and whatever, but they were not just because they were filming it in swimwear and showing that online. But it's Jason, what I saw with Jason Miller, it didn't even look like Jason Miller were wearing proper life vests, which they should have been, you know. Like, Jason Miller, realistically, shouldn't have even been in the water without an adult anyway. It has to be said, Jason Miller should not have been unsupervised in the water without an adult. You know, it's like, you know, you would have thought it. I think a lot of people thought they would have learned a valuable lesson after the whole, you know, Lomond incident. But they've never really learned their lesson since that happened, because they still, you know, they still allow their kids to go out in the water, in deep water, without, you know, life jackets on or anything like that. They've shown that many times, and yeah, obviously maybe I11s might be strong swimmers, but it's still not a risk that any parent should be willing to take. You know, they should. You know, it's a safety precaution that any normal parent would take, is making sure that kids are wearing life jackets. You know, regardless of whether they're, even if my child, you know, if I was a parent and my child was a strong swimmer, I'd still have them wearing a life jacket. You know, because I'd want to make sure they were safe, and I'd want to make sure that nothing could go wrong. You know, because even the strongest, you know, things could go wrong even for the strongest of swimmers. You know, I mean, even the strongest of swimmers are getting into difficulties in the water. You know, sometimes Chris and Sarah, I think Chris and Sarah don't stop to think about that. You know, like, they will only butt their ideas up when something bad does happen, which is why, you know, I do actually want something bad to happen. And I feel like if something bad happens, you know, reality will hit them a little bit and they'll start waiting the fuck up. Chris and Sarah really do need to wake the fuck up. You know, their brains are dynamite. You know, literally, like I say, if their brains were dynamite, they will blow their hats off. You know, neither of them have any fucking common sense. You know, I don't see two great parents who care about their kids. I see two parents that are basically pedo-baiting their kids and making their 15-year-old and 12-year-old daughters fucking pedo-light handy. Which is what Chris and Sarah are doing a lot of the time, is they're making, you know, this is the thing. Isla's 12 and Esme's 15, and Chris is filming them in their swim and putting that out there on a public social media platform, basically making them both pedo-light handy. You know, and they shouldn't even have to consent to being filmed in their swimwear, especially when their parents have the full intention of sharing that online on a public social media platform anyway. As I said in the video I put out last night, if they were filming it in swimwear and they didn't have the full intention of sharing that online, I wouldn't have so much of a problem with it. I mean, I still think it was slightly perverted that they were willing to do that, but you know, I wouldn't take so much of an issue with it because they weren't planning on sharing that online on the public social media platform. But this is why I have such an issue with it, is the fact that they're filming their kids in swimwear with the full intention of sharing that on a public social media platform where anyone can actually see that. You know, and there's nothing stopping anyone from being able to access that footage of their kids. You know, it's just, It shows how brainless and how stupid they really are. You know, and I'm not going to apologise for saying that because someone had to say it. Someone had to hold those two clowns out for the brainless idiots they really are. And that's what I see when I look at Chris and Sarah, as two brainless idiots who don't have the first clue when it comes to child safety. You know, they don't care about safeguarding their kids. They don't care about the dangers they could be exposing their kids to online. They've never cared about that. You know, I don't even know how the fuck they can even sleep at night, knowing that that footage of their kids in their swimwear is out there on a public social media platform for anyone to see. It's wrong. You know, and I even reported the vlog last night. It was disgusting. You know, it's wrong. You know, there's no denying that. You know, there's no denying how wrong it actually is. You know, someone has to say it. You know, I'd love to see them two get banned, because it's what they fucking deserve. They deserve to be fucking banned from YouTube. They should have been fucking banned from YouTube years ago. Chris should have been fucking banned from YouTube when he was accused of grooming a 16-year-old fucking girl. That should have been enough to see him banned from YouTube. But oh no, he was still allowed to upload on the platform despite having been accused of something like that. Which is something that's always baffled me, is the fact that he was allowed to continue posting videos on the platform after he was accused of something that was quite serious, and something as serious as child grooming. You know, that should have seen the inghams channel terminated right there and then. You know, the fact that to be honest, the fact that he was accused, to me, warrants him being banned from social media. You know, it doesn't matter whether he was charged or charged with anything or not. He was still accused of it. You know, he was still, an accusation like that should warrant further action. Should warrant someone being banned from social media. You know, it has to be said. You know, he should never have been allowed to continue posting on the platform after what he did, after what he was accused of. You know, it really is that simple. But that just goes to show you how much of a shit platform YouTube really is when they're allowing child groomers to continue posting on their platform. You know, when he should have been banned as soon as the allegations about him came out. It's just wrong. You know, it really is wrong. And there's no other words to describe how infuriated I am at the moment with them, and how much I want them gone from YouTube. I don't think I've ever despised anyone as much as I despise Chris and Sarah right now. You know, the sooner those two greedy, smug, selfish, lazy bastards are gone from YouTube, the better. You know, people like them deserve to be locked up in a fucking jail cell. You know, that's where they should be. They should be in fucking prison right now, those two. You know, they should be they belong in the jail cell, pure and simple. You know, and I'm not gonna apologise for saying that, 'cause it's fucking true. You know, those kids deserve better than to have two parents who are basically just exploiting them and using them for vlog content every day. Simple. You know, I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna apologise for saying that, as it's true. And at the end of the day, someone had to say it. You know, it's that simple. It really is. And I really don't know what else to say. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say at this point, to be honest. Like, it's just crazy, really. It really is just crazy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you for another one later on. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.